Abubakar, Kano-based unemployed pilot who is now a tailor. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. Please listen to the end. Ishaq Ibrahim Abubakar, 38, was among 100 young graduates the Kano state government has sponsored to attend the professional pilot training abroad in 2013. However, Abubakar was born at Fak Quarters in Faji local government area of the state. He did all his schooling in the state up to Bachelor of Science in Physics degree from Bayero University, Kano. He considered himself fortunate when in 2013 he was selected to be among the 100 Kano state indigenes that were sponsored by the state government to Jordan for professional pilot training. Abubakar was brilliant enough as he obtained his commercial pilot license with an A rating and multi-engine aircraft as commercial pilot certification and other relevant papers at the end of his training. However, since he returned to Nigeria, he has not had the opportunity to fly a plane or even be on a crew. He has remained an unemployed pilot despite having certificates which includes multi-crew course MCC certificate and crew resource management certificate CRM with router exam and English centerfolding specialty for pilots. So in order to source for livelihood, Abubakar has been forced to take to tailoring, which incidentally was a craft he learned while growing up. This is to help him to augment the little he gets from other jobs he does, such as classroom teaching. His plight as a trained pilot is said to be associated with some requirements which bother on financial commitment for him to be fully engaged as a pilot. Abubakar said it is a requirement that any pilot in any part of the world after graduating from flying academy needs extra training for specialization. His or her license alone is not valid for him or her to be directly employed in the commercial aviation sector unless he or she has a specialty in one particular aircraft based on the company's choice or based on his choice. According to Abubakar, that specialization is termed as type rating in the aviation sector, adding that it is a course which is mandatory by air law to select one particular aircraft to have a specialty on. The cost of getting this specialization training is a major challenge currently faced by most of the Kano government-sponsored pilots because after having completed the type rating in Nigeria, some companies may still say they have low hours, he added. By the time we graduated from the flying academy, we had about 226 hours on piston engines. And in commercial aviation, we are dealing with jet engines. So they wanted to have a certain minimum number of hours on that jet engine. Still, some companies may say you have few hours for the jet engine. Therefore, you must undergo another special program called line rate, which most of us could not afford, he said. Abubakar said he has not flown any plane since 2015 when he returned to Nigeria, and his attempt to fulfill the criteria for employment as a pilot has been to no avail. He lamented that it is painful that a huge amount of taxpayers' money spent to train him and most of his colleagues is wasting away as they have not put their knowledge to use. I used to say time without number that if a substantial amount of money can be spent on some people or somebody, I think it is not right to leave such investment to go in vain. At least 11 million is said to have been paid for the training of each of those 100 pilots. That amount, I think, is enough to develop other centers of the economy and positively touch the lives of our citizens. This is why many people looked at the government gesture as a waste, he said. He therefore appealed to the federal government through the Ministry of Aviation and all parastatals under the ministry to sit with stakeholders to explore avenues through which pilots like him can gain the requisite exposure for field specialization. I want the government to intervene, to sit down with the airline operators, to see how people like me, who have been trained with public funds, can be employed. We are aware that several interventions have been offered to various sectors of the Nigerian economy. We are soliciting for similar intervention to be extended to the aviation sector with terms and conditions, he urged. Everything is possible in this country. The same country an ex-bandit was commissioned into Nigerian Customs Service. Sometimes I keep asking myself, how do we find ourselves here? Is it a country or a hell on earth? I'll be praying for these pilots that new doors of opportunity may be opened for him. God bless you. This is Nigeria for us. The country has become something else. If you're not part of them, you are nothing, even if you own the certificate and any other item that makes you to be qualified. You will never be in some positions because everything now is who you know. Who are you and your connections? May the Lord guide your path. Thank God you are also a tailor. Please concentrate on what you can do for yourself. That will eventually pay off than waiting endlessly for government intervention. I see the correlation between piloting and tailoring. Both needs precision and patience. I don't think one is better than the other. There is nothing God cannot use to announce a man to the whole world. Joseph was a carpenter, but now the father of Jesus. Peter was a fisherman, but now the rock. I am finished. This is so heartbreaking. And yet, we have the so-called richest people. Their money is so useless so long they won't help the one in real need. It is normal, please. When I graduated, before I got employed, I was a generator mechanic, so stop making it as if it is a new stuff. Many are out there with their qualifications and still on hard work. Let him join Abba Kyari to be sewing clothes for Hush Puppy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There is always one funny comment. So I have so many colleagues. I thought I was the only one who suffered debate. 2007 from International School of Aviation with a promise to employing us, or rather assisting us to getting employment. It all turns out to be a lie after spending all the millions. Open pilot training school and motivate kids to learn how to fly. You cannot have such knowledge and information and let it waste. And this man is also a good teacher. He teaches us physics in Day Science College, Kano. God will never let him down. Why should this be a news? We have so many graduates with even professional certificates that are jobless. The hard truth is that there are courses in this country that are meant for the core, the elites or the powers that be. His chosen career is one. He has to learn to survive here in Nigeria. Well, the mistake he made was to come back to Nigeria after his course. Exactly. I think so too. May Allah bless him. He is pursuing legal business. And when an opportunity crops, he is good to go. I know a friend that is a trained pilot but now doing interlock tiles. Very sad. Very, very sad. I would like to advise the guy to keep applying for a military job. That is the only way he can develop himself with the little knowledge he has. Free of charge. But no aviation company will employ a half-baked asset. As at least 3 years a license to fly is about 3 million to get. I don't know of now. Okay, formerly it was 3 million 3 years ago. Okay. When investing in human resource, you have to take so many things into consideration.